Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. How are you doing today? We have church this morning and it's a sober reflection of our reality. Are you a spiritual son, a spiritual daughter, or a spiritual orphan? Let us talk about this. A spiritual omwali. Today we're here to go in deep and set the record straight. How are you all doing this very beautiful morning? How are you all doing? I'm going to remove anyone from the comment section who says anything that is not in line with what we're talking about. And if you're not well brought up by your parents, it is not my duty to raise you. All right. I look different today because I didn't wear a hat. I decided not to. All right. So, if you're all in the house, let us begin. You look so fine and different. Thank you, Jacinta. I just decided to go without a hat today.
Oh,
You never even noticed. That's my baby that's supposed to be watching my back. How are you doing? So send the link if you're watching on Instagram. Send the link. Mims just joined. It's Mim's birthday today. So you all should say happy birthday to Miriam. Miriam, it's your birthday today. God bless you. May you continue to grow in love, strength, peace, joy. So big shout out to Miriam. Everybody just type happy birthday, Miriam. We're a family here. Somebody just type happy birthday, Miriam. Let her feel special. We don't celebrate, we don't throw birthday feasts, but it doesn't mean you don't greet people on their birthday. You know, we've got to be careful how we balance it. What the pagans did was throw a birthday feast. Christians don't have birthday feasts, but doesn't mean they cannot have a day that they are celebrated, that we can rejoice with them and greet them. So happy birthday, Miriam. God bless you, my sister. Miriam, are you here? Let us know if you're here. Amen and amen. Okay, she's here. All right, so today would not be so much of a Bible read as a sober reflection. Let us start with a prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you today for giving us the opportunity to bask in the glory of your presence, to soak ourselves in your grace, and to walk in your light always. Thank you for this, and continue to empower us with wisdom, O Lord. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. The biggest problem Nigerians have is they believe their problems are spiritual. And it didn't come from anywhere. It came from Christianity mixed with superstition. As Africans, we're very superstitious. Our Nollywood movies funded this superstitious mentality. That is why a grown man believes his problems are spiritual. Meanwhile, the people solving your problems are solving them physically. You are running to borrow money from China to feed. They told you the Chinese is spirituality, they used to get their money. You believe your problems are spiritual because you were told that your problems are spiritual. Some of you are women, are unmarried. They will tell you have marine spirit. They will tell you all sorts of nonsense. Meanwhile, you could have trauma bonded with your mother for too long. Sometimes when you are with a woman who has gone through a lot. Now, have you ever sat down to ask yourself, why did my mother go through what she went through? If you think about it, it's probably a bad choice she made. Or a bad choice that was made for her. But you lived in your mother's trauma and you inherited your mother's trauma, because most women who come from a home where the husband, their fathers love their mothers, their fathers take care of their mothers, their fathers respect their mothers, they don't find it as hard to settle down in marriage as women that come from homes where they beat their mama. Many of you bonded with your mother's trauma so deeply and for so long that you relive it in your relationships. Somebody said, Daddy Freeze, this your prayer won't save you from Idris. Tell Idris that Daddy Freeze said there's nothing he can do. I'm sending you to him now. You look me from head to toe, you think I fear Idris. Leave it. I know be a Nigerian musician. Idris no fit do me anything. Tell him say I talk say no fit do me anything. Say me I want see wetin fit do. You think we live you think we are savages in the beast that somebody can no, that thing ended a long time ago. Now please let me block the guy. I don't give him the message, Abby. Let me block the guy. Someone says superstitious beliefs have been in Africa before civilization, just like they were in the UK. But you see, the more science advances, the more you depart from superstition. But instead of science advancing in Nigeria, what advanced was religion that works hand in hand with superstition. So the reason why you are superstitious is because you never gave science a chance. You gave religion a chance instead of science. What is the result? Titans are paupers now, begging to eat. Please, where is the guy? I want to remove him. I've given him the message to Idris. And that's to every one of you else. And by the way, me and Idris are not even fighting. I still send a message the other day for DM. So me and him know the fight. I don't get anything against him. So, and if you drop another rap, I go drop another rap, give him. Baba, any way you want carry and go, be ready. So let's go back to where we were. Trauma bonding and trauma cycle with your mother. Some of you, your husband never do anything, but because you are defensive, because of what you saw your mother go through, you're already defensive towards him. Some of you, because, good day Simply Vic, A round of applause for that man. He's a good man and a big support system to this church. Show some love to Simply Vic, everybody. Some of you are passing on the trauma to your husbands. Your husbands have never cheated on you before, but because you grew up seeing your mother cheated on, you're already defensive. Let me tell you something. The best woman to marry is a woman whose father never cheated on her mother. You don't understand what you're marrying. She's better than a virgin. She is better. Because she does not understand cheating. It is outside her circle. She will accommodate it when she hears stories of her friends being cheated, or maybe she was cheated on. But there's nothing worse than your mother being cheated on. You are going into marriage battle ready for who is not dragging your husband with you. A woman whose mother was a good wife to her father is better than a good woman. A bad woman whose mother was a good wife is better than a good woman whose mother was a bad wife. Because inside her DNA, her mama go dey and go dey show up. So your fault is not spiritual. It has nothing to do with spirituality. It has everything to do with a world that has evolved. What your mother was made to take by society, nobody is going to oblige you to take it. Your mother had nowhere to run to. Society trapped her in her marriage. If she came out, society would point to her and say she's an Olusho. Do you know that a divorced woman who moves out of her husband's house and gets married to one guy, or has a relationship, the relationship doesn't work, gets married to another guy and finds peace and stays with that other guy, is better than a married woman who has cheated on her husband 10 times inside marriage? But you see, the problem with society is society would bracket the ones that are divorced as the loose ones and the ones that stay in marriage as the good ones. I don't know if it is, if I'm able to communicate with you. 90% of your problem, in fact 99% of your problem is physical. That your spiritual is 1%. But because your science didn't evolve, what evolved in Nigeria was your superstition. Your medicine didn't evolve. By now, if we had been using traditional healers, and traditional healers had been passing their knowledge from one generation to the other, by now, Nigerians will be curing cancer. But the problem is, we drowned our medicine. We called it barbaric. You don't understand. Right now, if you want to lose your Instagram account, chicken, where will they buy for Christmas? Just carry knife, buy chicken. The way we do them as we grow up, put them for Instagram, see whether they not go lock your account. So we had our superstitions. Our superstitions were never tested to be true. And what came was Christianity and miracles. Christianity was sold with miracles, which in my humble opinion is a very dangerous thing to do. Because the miracles always overshadow the word. And Christianity, in the beginning, was the word, and the word was with God. It wasn't in the beginning was the miracle, and the miracle. No. Christianity is the word. We have forsaken the word, looking for miracles. And it is only a superstitious person that will believe that somebody where they don't cut in leg, we grow back. So you have a mix of religion. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen? Amara, where are you now? I need some textbooks here. Let me show you this book. Seen this book? Blue Ocean Strategy. Let me show you this book. The 43 Laws of Power. Do you have any of these books in Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or Efik? Do you have them? Look at another book. Secrets of Academic and Career Successes. Do you have a book like this in Yoruba? Meanwhile, you have books of prayer points in all these languages. You have the Bible translated into every language. How many people in the world can point to the Bible and say they solve their problems using the Bible? Is it Canada? Is it the UK that Christianity has become a minority religion? Is it the US? The Bible was used to fund slavery. The Bible was what was used to enslave us. Why is the USA, why is Tokyo, Japan the way it is? Why is Singapore? No, because of physics, because of biology, because of chemistry. Somebody just got blocked. Sorry, 48 Laws of Power. I beg your pardon. The problems of the Japanese were not solved by the Bible. The problems of the Singaporeans who got their independence 5 years after we got our own were not solved by the Bible. And your problems cannot be solved by the Bible unless you use the most important parts of your Bible, which is love your neighbor as yourself and put others before you. That's the most important part of the Bible. Christ talked about it. Paul talked about it too. Kingsley Madu say, hunger won't buy me. I've not eaten since yesterday. That hunger I ain't go fully buy you. Because you are supposed to listen. Let me tell you, do I look like hunger is buying me? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I might sound a bit insensitive, but do you think hunger is affecting me right now? Do you think I don't want to seem like I'm bragging, but I'm sorry. When I was telling you 10 years ago, let me tell you what, we had this in prayer meeting yesterday. I was talking to my daughter, Amara. Amara got a gift of 500K and she converted it to USDT and kept. Traded some of it and made money. I called Amara the other day. Someone said, I can help him. I cannot help him. I'm not here to help you. No free, no giveaways. We've given you enough. And you are still hungry. And you continue to be hungry. Until you think. Let me tell you, sometimes that hunger is what you need to move you to the next level. I'm not going to feed you. That's not I'm supposed to feed you the word. Man does not live by bread alone, so eat the word. So I asked Tamara, I said, how much money does she have? She told me how she grew her money. She said, when I give her her allowance, she splits it in two, buys dollar with some, and then changes it back. 19-year-old. Because that is what you learn when you stay with us. I don't fill their head with superstition. I don't tell them that God is going to come and solve their problems. The person that said paste his details, I'm removing you from this live. Next time when I talk, don't go against me. And next time to be a permanent block. You want to feed somebody that is begging you, will beg you, continue to beg you. You are a wicked person. And you are doing it not because you love him, you are doing it because you make your conscience feel better. If you want to feed people, go to the hospitals. There's hospital near you, use your leg, walk and pay for somebody who cannot pay his bills. Not somebody that's coming on the internet and telling you cannot eat. Does not want to eat. I'm not in the mood today. Don't test me. Don't test me. I'm not in the mood. Anybody that is hungry, you'll be all right. Use it as fasting. I've removed him from the live. And now I'm blocking him permanently. And many of you fall for these scammers who go from live to live, begging people who are dumb. You want to help the poor. You want to help the poor. Go to the hospital beside your house. Stop coming to look like you're a good person on Instagram. When we have proper poor people that we want to support, I will let you know. People that we've done investigation on. This guy has probably made 100K this morning, jumping from live to live, telling them that he's hungry. Anybody that is hungry, you'll be all right. You were investing in religion, and did I not tell you to stop paying tithes? If you had saved all your tithe money for the last 7 years that I've been shouting, you will have done something with it. That hospital, that church that you pay your tithe to, go and tell them that you are hungry. Why are you coming to my life to tell me you're hungry? Go and tell your pastor that you pay tithes to, that you are hungry. Hunger buy you there. You are hungry because you made bad decisions. Can I please continue what I was saying before I was interrupted? Your problems are not spiritual. None of your problems are spiritual. Your sickness is not spiritual. It is physical. I know a family member who has diabetes. I sat down with a person. I said, they'll tell you BMI is not important, BMI is not important. I agree, BMI is not important if you have a good metabolism. If you are diabetic, your BMI is important too. If they say your weight should be this amount, you have to watch that weight. You have to do what is called portion control. You have to learn what type of foods to eat. I was going through that person's history. The person was predisposed to diabetes because of family, how do you put it? Because their mom and people in their family had diabetes. I said, and the person told me their lifestyle. When I'm going home, I buy a shawarma as a snack, then go home and eat a bar. Let me tell you something. If I eat shawarma, that's all I'm eating that day. That's my meal for the day. Maybe later on in the night, I can eat a piece of chicken and drink a beer. Finish. Once I eat a shawarma, that is all. And if I'm going to eat a shawarma, I'm not going to eat breakfast. Hereditary. Thank you so much. That's what I was looking for. If I'm going to eat shawarma, I'm not going to eat breakfast. That shawarma is going to be my meal for the day because it has enough calories. Your daily calories as a grown-up man or woman is about 2,000. If you want to be fit, unless you are really powering your gym, if you want to be fit, you keep it around 1,005 to 1,008 calories a day. Only shawarma is 1,200. Only shawarma is like 1,005. Some shawarma we get 2 hot dog now like 1,500 calories. So anything where you dey chop, anything where you dey chop, you have 500 calories left. But then you chop. Do you know that egusi, a portion of egusi is about 300 calories? Then you eat it with 2 eba. The eba alone plus the egusi are like 1,500 calories. Then you chop shawarma, will be 1,500 calories. Your day never starts. You don't get 3,000 calories in your system. And then you are crying that you have diabetes. And then you say, oh, they use diabetes to stone you. Nobody stoned you with anything. It is your ignorance and your lifestyle combined with your hereditary traits. So I'm not telling you shawarma is bad, though, but if you eat shawarma, just know that that's your meal. If you are hungry later on, you can pop maybe 5 granules inside your mouth. Pop 1 or 2 grapes or something. You go there, okay. If the hunger no gree go, chop 1 cucumber. You'll be all right. But any day you want to eat shawarma, you cannot eat rice that day. You cannot eat eba that day. All of you that use shawarma to do snack, you will pay for it in the future, and you start going to church to find the cure for what you caused for yourself. I don't know if I'm communicating with you. Your problems, just sit down. I want somebody to come and tell me what the problems are. Ibis Love Haven, I see how much weight you've lost in the last 2-3 months. I was telling you during Sunday service the other day that you were looking good. 99% of your problem is physical. That's why I say this year is the year you reduce your prayer and start your thinking. You have attributed. It's like your car does not have petrol. You are now pouring more water in the radiator. You are not solving the problem. Until you get that petrol, that car is not moving anywhere. We are a product of poor decision making. Somebody's Sean 180 will say, just make sure I do exercise with all these dietary restrictions. Or in both 70 years old, you see them walking daily. You never see where Oyinbo man they chop. If I'm not talking about American Oyinbo, because they are borderline obese. I am talking about European Oyinbo, French Oyinbo. A French man will eat his food will be like this. Finish. You go chop 2 pounded yam with ogunfe and egusi, and then you think exercise can solve your problem. If you like hike from here to London and back, you will be fat, especially once you cross 40. You are just foolish. So, why am I talking about your problems being physical? Because we saw what happened to the gentleman called Wigwe. He had a spiritual father or spiritual parent who went ahead and did birthday after 2 weeks. Do you know, I was talking to somebody who was close to the family. They say that they pick the bros meat. Say they not see in body to bury. Say that they see small parts of him body here and there. You don't know what it be like make person eye inside helicopter we catch fire. They gather. Stop it. Where's Amara? Go and get her for me. Quick. They gather in meat. Big bata gender jaw. Like say winch, they gather people meat. Now so that they gather in meat. Do you know how sad that is? They don't even see him body complete like this, so they want buried. Now person tell me, I don't know how true it is, so I stand corrected. But from seeing, I'm tempted to believe. And yet, in spiritual parents do birthday. Allegedly. Thank you. The birthday, they say that one, no, they alleged. Where is she? Come on, say. But they still do birthday. And I ask this question. When I posted it, some people were like, but did the bank, Access Bank, did they not replace him? Can you compare Access Bank with your spiritual? Let me ask you a question. If now your papa and mama want to do birthday, you can't buy for plane crash, your papa and mama go still do that birthday. Ask yourself that question. And I'm not blaming the pastor. Normally I blame pastor. This time I'm not blaming the pastor. I'm blaming you that has expectation that they are your spiritual parents. They are running a business. Business must go on. My friend was a nurse in America. She lost her mom. They gave her 2 hours to go into the bathroom to cry. After that, they expected her back at work. Please, American nurses, is that how it is? She lost her mom. They gave her 2 hours to go into the bathroom and cry and then get back to work. Because business must go on. I remember the slogan, the first slogan I saw on the Cool FM wall when I went in. First time I ever got to Cool FM, when I was employed newly, there was a big sign that says, the show must go on. You're having a bad day, the show must go on. Somebody duped you, the show must go on. You lost a loved one, the show must go on. But you see, in your family, the show will not go on. Your real family are not going to continue with the show because something happened to you and the show must go on. No. They're going to stop. On to the next one. It makes sense in the secular world, but it makes no sense in what is supposed to be the spiritual world. Let me ask you, first of all, how come none of your Nigerian pastors saw such a prominent helicopter crash? How come none of your pastors? You don't ever see celeb people give testimony before. Celeb people go tell you, say, no go America. They go tell and say, this America where you want go, no go. None of your pastors saw it because they don't see anything. All they see is their bank accounts. In fact, all they see is your bank account and how your bank account is going to be transferred to their bank account. That's what they see. We give religion too much credit. We give religion too much value. We give religion too much importance in our lives. You gather every morning. What God cannot do does not exist. You are part of the problem. You are giving religion too much value Since you people have been praying your prayers, has the begging reduced? What has you will see a Nigerian giving a testimony that after he prayed, he got visa to go to Canada. The child that was born in Canada that does not need visa to come to Canada, who answered his prayer? You make your God look dumb and weak. The kind of things that are worrying you, developed nations don't even see it as issue. That's how one pastor went to Singapore the other day and was preaching. Said, I see somebody here with a US visa. They said they got to call him for back. They said, about our passport here is strong, bro. Say, we don't need US visa. Our passport strong, past America passport. He went there with Nigerian primitive mentality, went to preach about somebody's going to get a visa. Who told you Singaporeans? The Singaporean passport is more powerful than American passport. And Singapore was a poor country when we were already an independent nation. Our problems are physical, never spiritual. When we got our independence in 1960, we had cocoa, coal from Enugu, ground-up pyramids from the north, we had rubber plantation, we had newly discovered crude oil. We're on our way to become wealthy. But tribalism, the first thing we did when we got our independence was go to war with each other for 3 years. The resources that we're supposed to use to build, we're using it to fight one another. Is that problem spiritual or physical? Intolerance. These people think they are better than everybody else. These people think they are better than everybody else. These people say they want to go. These people say, lie, you cannot go. Look at your problems. Look at your government. Inside all this, government is still buying brand new car, buying all those things. In our poverty, look at the cost of our governance. Is that as in Nigeria has no spiritual problem, none. I would understand if one day we woke up and there was an earthquake or something, then we can realize, okay, this problem is out of the ordinary. All our problems are self-made problems. God bless you. That book, Housing Up from Third World to First World. Nigerians need to read that book. Stop reading the Bible. You've read enough Bible. You don't even understand it. I tell people all the time. Do not read the Bible if you don't have someone to guide you through it. Because the Bible is like carbohydrates. Your body needs it to function. But it's also poison. Somebody that's eating a plate of rice, no meat, white rice, just eating. You are not nourishing your body, you are poisoning yourself. And that's exactly how the Bible is. If you don't understand who it was meant for, if you don't understand what it was meant for, you will read it like the Pentecostals. You read a line that does not concern you and you bring it upon yourself. You have to get proper scholarship before you touch that book. My daughter came home the other day and was telling me about Simply Vic is the only person that can understand this. I can't even teach it. My daughter came home yesterday and said, Daddy, say what you said with a loud voice. Let them hear you. Loud, they cannot hear you. Louder. I will not teach it, but just talk about it. Just in phrase. The only person that can understand this thing is Simply Vic. Oh yeah, shout, you shut up.
I said that the book of Revelations wasn't really talking about...
The book of Revelation wasn't talking about the end times,
yeah? It was mostly for the 7 churches.
Was mostly for the 7 churches.
And it was talking about Nero.
And it was talking about Nero. That's what my daughter came to. Now only Vic if you understand this thing where I talk. The rest of you are going to be... What I just gave you is confusion. As she was talking about it, I was punctuating, I was telling her. She said, Daddy, you know. I said, how will I not know, but I cannot teach it. The what? Existential crisis. She came home and she had that conversation with me. And I said, it's okay. It's okay. Just. Where is Simply Vic? Now Simply Vic understand this thing where I just talk so. The rest of you don't get. You can't understand it. You can't. You will be reading Revelation like it is talking to your generation. Revelation was written with poetry and allegory. Oh yes, there are some parts of it that were speaking of the end time, but if you don't know it, see waiting Simply Vic, right? I could just pin out for you quickly and I will remove it. Just quick look at it. The book of Revelation was written by Emperor Nero and the Flavian dynasty. 666 is the name of Nero. It's a Greco-Roman construct. But we're not going there today. This no. Like I said, that's why I said going to church is sometimes dangerous. Because they don't know what's in that book. They don't know the history. They don't know how it came to be. Okay. So, and let me tell you, it is not important that you know it. It's not important that you know it because you are not ready. It will cause confusion for you. So leave it. But when we sit down, we tell you that you are not learning anything in church, we are not lying. Victor, are they learning anything in church, in Pentecostal church especially? Are they learning anything? You are learning maybe 1% or 2%. They are renegotiating the scripture to make it fit your life. And does it fit your life? Do you think you can get out of Nigeria's poverty system by casting and binding it? Do you really think that your problem right now, that you're going through right now, you can get out of it by doing a 1-hour prayer every morning? No, you cannot. Best thing you will do is you will get out of this country and run to another country. The message of Christianity. Miriam shared a message with me the other day where they were preaching love. You don't even preach love. It is money. See what Simply Victor says, stick to love. That's all we need. Let's just focus on that. You can't. If I tell you cannot deal with it, you cannot deal with it. It will give you confusion. When you are ready to deal with it, we will start entering master class. You have you even taken physical class first? Have you gone through the first stage? You will still believe, say, everything will happen to Nigeria and a devil cause am. It is you that you want to liberate yourself from this. It is impossible. You have to understand what the Bible is saying. You have to understand. Somebody said, pop my money gun. Since I've been preaching since morning, have I said pop my money gun? No, that's only for my work. When I bring a celebrity online and I ask you to pop my money gun, if you are to watch that same celebrity on Netflix, will you not pay monthly surcharge? Netflix is about 5,000 naira per person. Let's do the math. I have 393 people here watching me. On a good day, I have about 1,000 people watching me across all platforms. Let's even count it today. 251 on YouTube, 391, 400 on Facebook. That is 651. 278 on Facebook. That is about 800, 900, and 306 on TikTok. So that's about 1,200 people. Let's imagine these people subscribe to me at 5,000 naira monthly. 1,200 times 5,000. I'll be making 6 million naira a month. Just from subscriptions. Now imagine when I brought celebrities and then only on Instagram alone, I'll be running 2,500. So, because you have those packages and you want to let's imagine this month that I had like 10,000 people watch me. 10,000 times 5,000. I'll be making 50 million a month. So this month, my salary for this month would have been 50 million if you were paying a surcharge. Yet it is for free. The preaching is free. It has always been free. When I bring celebrities, I say pop my money guns. I ask for super chats, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube, which YouTube put there to encourage creators. Some people say, oh, they are begging. You are not begging. Nobody is begging. If I put my page at $10 per person, you will see how much we will make. So start using your head this year. Can I please go back to my message? So, we have spiritualized everything. So, when your problem that is physical has been converted to spiritual, a spiritual father now becomes necessary. Let me ask you a question. You are driving your car and the car goes off. Who are you going to call? Louder. Who are you going to call? You are driving down the road and your car stops. Who are you going to call? You're going to call the mechanic, right? Because car problems are solved by mechanics. You flush your toilet doesn't flush. Who are you going to call?
Plumber.
Because
Plumbers fix toilets.
Plumbers fix toilets. One day you put on the light in your house, the light doesn't come on.
Electrician.
You call the electrician. Good. These problems all have physical solutions. But when you have spiritualized everything,
When your toilet is broken, you call your pastor.
when your toilet is broken, it becomes a spiritual problem. Someone is trying to sabotage you. That's why they destroyed your toilet. So who do you call? You call your pastor. So the problem is you spiritualizing everything, creating a need for spiritual parents. If you were to solve your problems like normal people did with normal physical solutions, you will not need to put spirituality in the mix. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to this afternoon. I prayed a prayer during our prayer meeting last week. I said, if God is going to take hold of your life, He's going to shake everything around. It's not going to be easy. Because many of you are successfully forcing square pegs into round holes. So God is going to pull you out of that round hole and put you into a square hole. And that process is not going to be easy if you allow God to take hold. Nigeria is the country with the most square pegs in round holes. Take a look at your government. How many of your people in power truly deserve to be there? And when I say this, most people say Tinubu. To be honest, Tinubu is more deserving of power than most of the people surrounding him. At least he has governed the state and made somewhat a success out of the state he governed. Some of the people around him have no clue. One of the reasons why you cannot solve Nigeria's problem is you are surrounded by clueless people who just think Nigeria is their cake, that they have brought their knife to come and cut their slice. And why is this? Why did we get here? I blame your parents. Your parents fed you religion. One guy said to me, he said to his father when we were growing up, he said, Daddy, I would rather believe that we came from apes and give science a chance than believe that we came from Adam and Eve that cannot be proven. At least to an extent, there's sense in evolution. We have different strains of HIV, that's evolution. We have different strains of COVID, that's evolution. Right there. Evolution is logical. It might not answer all the questions, but it is logical. But you want to tell me that 8,000 years ago, God created two people, Adam and Eve, and they are the ones that filled the earth. When you look at Chinese person, does he look like you? And the two of you came from Adam and Eve in 8,000 years. You must be mad. Then there was a boat with all the animals in the world. And then like 6 people. And then from that 6 people again, Chinese came, Japanese came, Red Indian came in 6,000 years or 7,000 years. If it makes sense to you, knock yourself on the head. You're a clown. The Bible is allegory, it's poetry. You need to understand it for what it is. That's why you need a scholar to put you through it. And that looks like Chinese, I agree. She has the average height. Why are you laughing? What's your problem? Me? You know what you look like? I should give you wozing now. Somebody came here, Shine Pa, said, this guy is a clown. Me and your papa for house, who be clown? So, we've come to a position in life where all our problems have been attributed to spiritual. But my question is, the more we are praying, the more the Chinese are developing, the more the Canadians are developing, the more the Americans, the Europeans are developing. Europeans don't have an Hallelujah challenge where 100,000 people gather. Just sit down and look at Nigeria. Every year they've been doing Hallelujah challenge. Has there been an improvement? Please don't fight me and say that please I'm fighting your favorites. Ask yourself this question. Since you've been praying every morning 1 hour a day, has your situation improved? And if you think by traveling out of Nigeria your situation is cool, it has nothing to do with your prayer. Anybody that travels out of Nigeria, his situation can improve. Let me tell you, including Babalao. Anybody that applies for visa and fills their criteria, you know what I say Babalao? They get visa. Muslims, the Muslim know they get visa. I'm asking you. Anybody that leaves Nigeria, life will improve. As long as you go to Canada, UK, US, your life will improve. Meanwhile, your pastor does not need to go anywhere for his life to improve. January is his month. Mumu people go gather their whole salary for January on dash pastor. Every month, all your pastor needs to come and do on stages. So I said, and I did, and 10% of your salary has been earned. In one kabashing. 10% of your salary has been earned. If getting a miracle, somebody just typed, if traveling abroad is considered a miracle, then the embassy that issued it should be considered a god. Then they will come and do of course challenge. You know, Kuku pass like that. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to right now. But you have attributed too much power to the spiritual and the physical is lacking. Why did we get here? Because your parents chose to be superstitious. They chose to dabble into spirituality to solve physical problems. That is why your mother has no clue about chemistry, but she knows how to pray for 1 hour every night. That is why your father does not understand physics, but he knows how to kabash like his life depended on it. Because they focused on the wrong things. I wouldn't have minded if Nigeria was a success story. But look around you. Somebody came to this life to say he hasn't eaten. How do you want to eat when you are kabashing for food? I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to this morning. But if you continue like this, you will get these same results. You will get these same results. If you continue thinking the way you're thinking. Somebody said, Bumu comes in all shapes. If you are popping 1.5 million bottles at a club, na mumu you be too. Let me tell you, there are some people who actually make money from tithing. I know a guy who gives heavily to his pastor. And his pastor always calls him out publicly to pray for him. So everybody knows him as a giver, a son of God. So it is very easy for him to talk to the wealthy people in the church to invest in his business. It happened with MBA Forex. The guy came to a church and donated 3 billion naira. What he made from that church, they are still looking for him till today. He was brought to the platform as a man of God. So tithing, they pay some people too when they be pastor, when know how to use them. But instead of them to tell you the truth that they're using it to manipulate the people and it is working for them, they are telling you that it is the tithing that work. No. The guy climbed on the pulpit and gave 3 billion naira. Someone says, are you trying to say prayer is a waste of time? Prayer for 1 hour every day is a waste of time. Say that if he said, praying for 1 hour every day is a waste of time. The guy came up on stage, gave away 3 billion naira to the church, and walked away with about 100 billion or so. The way people now trusted him and started investing in. Because he must be anointed. Oh, there must be the Holy Spirit on him. Oh, Roche Bara ba 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 ba. Oh, no. And so everybody for church begin sell their property, invest inside MBA Forex. You remember how the story went. I'm not saying you can, I never say don't pray for 1 hour once a while, once a month, or once in 2 weeks, but that every day you have a prayer habit of 1 hour a day, you are a big comedian, a total dingbat. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to today. Some of you are struggling academically because you have not read. The time you are using to read, you are using it to pray. You will always be poor. Someone said, Pastor Toby now your friend, how about him too? Simply Vic knows Pastor Toby. Pastor Toby does not pray for 1 hour every day. Pastor Toby takes young people who are in crime and gives them a new lease of life. If every church in Nigeria could do what he was doing or he is doing in the UK, we will have 10% of the crime we currently have. And Pastor Toby does not collect tithe, he does not collect seed, he does not collect offering. He is the one that will even give you. Instagram is timing me out, so I have to leave and come back to end. So please, let us come back. Philippians chapter 4, verse 5 to 7. I'll read it to you when I come back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Any pastor that is still teaching you in 2024 to pray for 1 hour a day is part of your problem. He does not want your good. He wants you to continue sinking into false spirituality, thinking your problems, the physical, I've told you, the physical is not controlled by the spiritual. It is the physical that controls the spiritual, not the other way around. Your physical choices are what control your spirituality, not the other way around. The spiritual does not control and has never controlled the physical. That's the lies they tell you to make themselves relevant. When your car breaks down, you call a mechanic because mechanic is relevant. When your plumbing system has issues, you call a plumber. But when you have no problem, why would you call a spiritual father? So the spiritual father has to create spiritual problems so you can call him. The spiritual father is like an area boy. Your spiritual father is like an area boy. Let me tell you what they do here. Just before, this was Lagos about 15 years ago. People who live in Lagos will understand. They just noticed that there was so much traffic. After rain, the flood will not go anywhere. Do you know what happens? When it starts to rain, area boys will go to the drains and throw used tires inside and clog the drains so the water cannot flow anywhere. God bless you, Sugar Destiny, I see you. Mrs. Linda, I see you too. So they block the drains. And then the floods will now fill the whole town. And they are now there to help you push your car inside the flood. They create the need and they are there to solve the need that they created. One day the Lagos state government found out, arrested all their fathers and unclogged the drains. Have you noticed that since then the flood has reduced? What we have now is flash floods. Those days, if rain fall and flood come, we go get flood for 3 days. Ijometa, Bako, Surulere go lock, VI go lock. 3 days, you know, go fit go anywhere. Because some people, for their relevance, have created a problem. Your pastors, many of them, majority of them, have that area boy mentality. They create a problem and give you a solution which involves them. That is why your problems are spiritual, because they have put themselves in a place of relevance. That is why they tell you to pray for 1 hour a day. What are you going through in your life that you want to be praying for 1 hour every day? I asked a woman this question. She said, my husband has girlfriends. My husband does not have my time. My husband. So I went to look for the husband, who was a wealthy man. I asked him, I said, how far? We sat down. He was tired of the marriage, wanted to end the marriage. Why? His wife always ties wrapper up and down the house. This is a man who goes to Ikoyi club, sits down and drinks, and fine girls are coming and going, wearing long Peruvian hair, wearing nice shoes, nice clothes. His wife go to the house, tie wrapper, with her hair plaited to the back. He said he has talked to his wife. He has given her money to go and shop. Instead, his wife will carry the money and go and give pastor. She will sow it as seed. He said his wife's personal hygiene is a problem. She never smells nice. And he said so many other things that I cannot discuss. The wife now came back, said, Daddy, please, we're able to talk to my husband. I said, Madam, the problem is you. He said his wife goes to work at 6 a.m. in the morning and comes back at 7 p.m. When she comes back, she commutes the hair, enters inside wrapper again, and starts solving the house problems. By the time he comes home around 11 o'clock, there's no companion for him. She's tired and has gone to bed. If he taps her, she's tired, too tired to answer. Meanwhile, this young man, where he's sitting down striking deals after playing golf in Ikoyi Club, all sorts of fine young girls are coming. I told his wife, I said, do you really have to work from 6 a.m.? She said, that's the only job she can find. I said, don't you think you should tone your work down? It's not like you are making that much money. She said, no, that her pastor told her that she must be fruitful and multiply. I said, your pastor wants tithe. And the more hard you work, the more tithe is available. Your home is being ruined because of your neglect. You are beautiful because she's very beautiful and curvy. So I was wondering, where's the problem coming from? She's making with million. She was making 80,000 naira a month. Her husband was giving her 200,000 naira allowance. I sat down with her. I said, if it is not that your head is not correct, and me, when you come to me for counseling, sometimes I will curse you the way I curse people for my life. Because sometimes I believe, say that curse now will wake you up. I say, if it is not that your head is not correct, how can somebody is paying you 200k a month, and another person is paying you 80k a month, and you are doing yes sir, where they are paying you 80k, and you are talking anyhow to the person paying 200k a month? Is it not that you are mad? I expected you to tell me that my husband does not give me. He gives you 4 times your salary or 3 times your salary. Someone say maybe he gets small, but even if he gets small, they take care of you. I said, no, you are not normal. Let us work on your personal hygiene. I started asking her personal questions. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? I started giving her personal advice. I said, your husband is almost a billionaire. You need to start smelling good, and you cannot go and buy cheap perfume. You need to invest in some good perfumes. Go and buy Creed. She said Creed is 250,000. I said, that's your sacrifice. This month, come and hear the mugu. Out of her 80,000, she will give 8k. Out of her 200,000, she will give 20k to her pastor as tithe. And then she's still going to sow seed and give offering. I said, okay, this month, go and buy a nice, that time Creed was like 170k, 180k. I said, go and buy a nice smelling perfume. Go and get some lingerie. Quit your freaking job. It's a problem. Quit the job. Stay home and tell your husband you want to attend the course so you can better yourself and earn better. Your job is not helping you at 80,000 naira a month. It is your problem because you are putting in your energy to this job. And the energy you are supposed to use for other things in life, you don't have it because you have spent it on a job. I said, by the time I finish talking, you go and quit that job first. Let your husband come home and be seeing you every day. Go and get a massage. Go to the spa. Go and do skin treatment. Go and buy some Peruvian hair. She said her pastor said that it is the other women's destiny in the hair. If you wear the hair, that the hair was donated to the temple. I said, shut up. The car your pastor is driving, you don't know that it is all these pagan symbols. You don't know all the cars, all those crosses and all those things on your cars. You think it's all ordinary. Creed then was about, that time the dollar was lower. It wasn't now. Now Creed will be like 350k or 400k. Get some lingerie. Cook a meal for your husband. Your husband is a billionaire. If he leaves you, another woman will come and collect all this money from him. And let me tell you something, if you leave his house, you'll be lucky if Naija you do. You'll be lucky if he pays your rent. You'll be lucky if he pays your rent. Naija man go divorce you, no go she buying, you no go see. Worst case, you go to pay in children's school. Some will even stop to pay children's school fees. And nothing where anybody go do them. Now, so this woman go buy perfume, go buy lingerie. I said, go to bed, wake up, be rested, go for a spa. She said her husband jogs every evening. Jog with him. As you are jogging, be jogging in front of him. You have a fantastic figure. Let him be seeing it. Today, the two of them are like this. She told me, said, Daddy Freeze, I've stopped going to that church. I said, your two things that were your problem, that you thought were priorities, your job and your church. Because the pastor has told you that you need that job. Women will tell people, listen, you are better off with a man that loves you and is taking care of you than you finding a career when you don't have anything. So people saying, what if the man dies? What will you do? You know what I told her? I said, go and learn how to trade crypto. Tell your husband to borrow to dash you money, $20,000, that you want to be trading it. Go and learn crypto, go and learn stocks, go and be useful. By now, last time we spoke, which was this time last year, she had almost tripled the $20,000 the husband gave her. Now, if she pulls in every year her profit of $10,000, if every year she makes $10,000 profit from her crypto business, which she makes way more than, but because she needs to reinvest into the business, if she divides that $10,000, which is about, in today's money, about 17 million naira, if she divides it by 1 month, by 12, she will have more than 1 million naira a month salary. So you have upgraded yourself from 80,000 naira a month salary to over 1 million naira a month salary while you are sitting at home. So I asked the husband, I said, so why didn't you give her money to invest in her? Because he said he looked at her and there's nothing she knows how to do. That she wanted at a point to open shop. He opened the shop did not work. So he said that she doesn't have that sense. I told the wife, I said, your husband said he doesn't have sense. The one wife wanted to start provoking. I said, keep quiet. You just have the solution to your problem. You don't have sense. If you ask me, do you think I have? She said, Daddy Fizz, do I have sense? I said, you don't have sense. In fact, you're one of the dullest people I've met this year. Are you happy now? Your husband is right. You don't have sense. You want to be angry? Be angry. You have two choices. You have to be angry or get a solution. A senseless person looks for sense. As they say, you don't get sense, start to look for sense. Improve yourself. What do you need to improve yourself? Get an online degree. Now you're at home, spend your time studying. Find something you are good at. Dedicate some time to it. Put yourself through the hours of learning. So that when your husband sees that there's something there, he has what to invest in. I told one of my family members one day, the guy told me he needs some money. This was 2021. I changed USDT, $2,000. It was about 1 million naira then. I gave him. He came back 4 years later that the business did not work. Do you know what I told him? I said, that same 2,000 USDT that I changed to give you 1 million, because I knew that you don't have sense. I took that exact same 2,000 USDT and kept it as USDT. Today, 2,000 USDT is worth about 4 million naira just by being USDT. At that same time, I spent about 2,000 USDT buying Solana, buying some other little coins. Those ones almost tripled. I did this so that the day you come back and tell me that you didn't have enough money to do the business, I'm just going to show you that you are the one that is useless. You don't know what to do. And instead of you to get up and learn, you are arguing. Some of you are unproductive. By productive, I don't mean wake up in the morning and roam around the street. Or rather, you know you're unproductive. You know it's your problem. You sit down and conserve energy. Be like the snow leopard. The snow leopard is sitting down, chilling, hungry, dying of hunger. A rabbit is hopping up and down there. The snow leopard is looking at the rabbit. The rabbit is looking at the snow leopard. The rabbit is not running from the snow leopard. The snow leopard is not chasing the rabbit. Why? That distance from where the snow leopard is to the rabbit. If the snow leopard should run and catch the rabbit, the energy to generate from the rabbit is not enough to replace the energy used in running. That is assuming he even caught the rabbit. Now imagine he ran after the rabbit and did not catch it. He's dying. Sometimes the best investment is conservation. Some people will tell you, the money you save in the bank is good. Let me tell you, if you save money in dollars 5 years ago, I had a conversation with somebody, she's here, right there, watching me. Millions of naira, they kept it in naira accounts. When they were telling me this story, the person is here, I'm just going to mention the person's name. When the person first told me that, I kept this money, what I said was, how you go carry 30 million naira, save them as naira inside Nigerian bank? Sometimes it is better to save your money. Sometimes conservation is the best. Yes, you need naira, save some in naira, save some in pounds, save some in dollars. But they've told you saving is bad. Saving is not bad. How you save is what makes it good or bad. Let me tell you, saving money in dollars is better than investing in naira at this stage. One of my neighbors say, Baba, say don't go change all the money we get, just change them as dollars they look. I say, no do any business. I say, no, which business? Business that you will do with 2 naira in the morning. I want to go and buy the same business again in the evening. It is 3 naira. Say, better make you sit down look until they fix the economy, at least it stabilize. Some men love feisty women. Some men love women that contribute. But most Nigerian men that are doing well do not want their wives to contribute. It is abroad. You see, there are things that work abroad. Abroad, you need 2 people working hard to be able to fix a home's economy. In Nigeria, you just need 1 person that is doing well. If you have a husband who works in oil and gas in Nigeria and is earning 30 million naira a month, which quite a few of them are, you don't really need to contribute anything to the economics of the house. So sometimes you going to get a job is a problem. It is an ego thing. A woman must have a job. A woman does not need to have a job. A woman must just understand her place and what she needs to do. Likewise, if you are a husband and your wife is earning 30 million naira a month, sometimes you are the one that needs to be at home and stay with the kids. Either ways, it works. But then you have your ego there, I'm a man, I must go and work. You don't need to go and work. Your work is costing your family more than it is bringing in. The energy you are using to work, to chase that rabbit, that energy is not being replenished by the rabbit. And half the time, you're not even catching the rabbit. Look at somebody and tell them, leave the rabbit. Focus your energy on what it is going to be beneficial. And if you don't have what to focus your energy on, conserve your energy. You are married to a bank ED who's earning 30 million naira a month. She's a woman. What she needs to come home to is a man that has muscle. Go and work out. Register in a gym. Go and work out. Get biceps. Let her know that when she comes home, she's going to, meanwhile, you are sitting at home in front of the, what you will not useful. You can't sit down in front of television with big belly. Welcome home, darling. Which day will she not go and get a younger boyfriend? Let her come home to a man who has done the homework with the kids. Let her come home to a man who has fixed the house. At 30 million naira a month, you're going to have house girl. You're going to have cooks. Just be a man around the house. Fix things. Go and pick her up from work. Chat with her in the drive. You are going to your own stupid work. Because you are a man, you must have ego. And your salary is 500,000 naira a month. And you too must have a man. You feel like a man. No. Sometimes you need to sacrifice your manhood to build your family. Just like sometimes you need to sacrifice your womanhood to build your family. I don't know who it is that I'm talking to this morning. Let your woman know that when they have a party in the bank, when you show up with your husband, all the banking girls are like, woo, 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 woo. You not get money, then they come home. As man, you no go down bath. You are trying to drag with your woman. She must not have money. If you do, listen, if you want to marry a poorer woman, then you marry a poorer woman. But if you have a woman that is richer than you, you have to sit down with her and make a compromise. Let her come home to a sweet-smelling man in a nice house. And you, woman, too, when you come home to a sweet-smelling man that does not have a job, don't start using your foolish Nigerian mentality. Every man must have a job. That is his job. Taking care of you and the house, driving you home from work is his job. Coming to pick you up from work, taking you out to dinner, it's his job. Stop looking down on him because your other family members who are men are doing well. If you're the woman who is rich, you have to understand that you have to sacrifice some things for your man. Kick out your mother if she's telling your husband is a bum. Your mother is a bum. Why doesn't she have a job? I know someone whose wife is an ED in a bank and he never had a job. After a while, he struggles. So after a while, he just realized, look, let me just be there for my wife. So he cooks for his wife, irons his wife's clothes, wakes up with her, gets the kids ready, dresses her up in the morning. Sometimes he drops her off, drops the kids off. The wife has escorts and driver. The wife just tells the driver, meet me up in the office. The escort does not even come. He just drives her in a small car. They drop the kids off in school, drive to his wife's office. He comes back, showers, goes to the gym, come back. And one day, the family was doing well. Everything was doing fine. I said the mama come one day, ask her and say, you know, go get work. The wife, mama, say, you know, go get work. Say, all the men wey you know and get work. Are you going to be living off my daughter? The wife now came to me and said, you know what, her mother made something. I said, your mother is a fool. My mouth is not good. Don't carry your problem and come and give me the thing I will tell you, not like it. I said, tell your mother to go get a job. Why is your mother living off you? I said, if there's anyone lazy, here's your mother. Old people work. Your mother is 60-something, so what? She should go get a freaking job and leave the dynamics of your family alone. If you allow this mother to continue coming to your house, you will ruin the beautiful, wonderful family you have. The man went and said, Mommy, I think it is you that needs to get a job, not my husband. What my husband is doing is his job. Where's yours? Afe Babala is 96 years old and he's still working. Why is your mother sitting at home at 60-something, waiting for you to feed her? I said, you know what you do to your mother this month? You cut her allowance for the next 1 year. Let her get the message. You have a foolish mother that's going to ruin you. And that's not an insult. Your mother is a fool. You cannot tell your mother she's a fool, but I can tell her. Don't ever insult your parents. It's not a good thing. But I'm not your child. I can tell her, your mother's dumb. She's going to ruin you. Cut her allowance by half. And tell her when she gets a job, you give her the allowance back. Many of you are in trouble in your marriages today because you have stupid parents. I say it again, hate me all you want. Your parents are dumb, and that's why your marriage suffers. Imagine someone telling a family that is working out because the guy couldn't get a job and the woman is earning like 30-something million a month. The guy should go and get a job. So if he goes to get a job, how is he going to have time to massage his wife's back after she has been in board meetings all day? How is he going to get time to make his wife's milkshake, a smoothie in the morning so that she can be sipping on it throughout the day in the office? If If you allow parents like that to advise you, always be poor like them, and you'll be looking for your children to feed you. As you are seeing me like this, I know they feed my mama. I've never given my mother allowance before. On the other hand, my mother sends allowance for all the grandchildren. She has reached like 12. All of them have monthly allowance from my mother. I look at that and say, that's how me I want to be. I said, if my mother can do it, I can do it. Some of you are stuck in ruts, and you're going to continue being stuck in ruts because you have stupid parents advising you. Some of your parents have never invested before. They'll be giving you investment advice. Then you see a real investor will give you advice, but you think your parent, because is my mother. One day I told someone, we had a quarrel. I had a friend, and I realized that the mother was praying stupid prayers for her. So I told the parents, I said, you need to tell your mom to stop praying for you. The person said, I will go tell this person, Mama will born up. As they see me, so my mother don't pray me bad prayer before. And she, for her mind, I'm good. I don't tell you the story before. So when somebody does not understand your destiny and they start proclaiming into your destiny, they can mess with your mind. Unless you have one of those mothers that understand your destiny fully. Even then, it is still risky. Now only you and God know where they go. Sometimes because your mama don't she no one make you far from her. She go begin to trick you, tell you, say, pastor say, God say. Meanwhile, now they manipulate you so make you no go far. And meanwhile, your own destiny, they far. This thing I'm telling you, you have to learn it. You have to get out of it. Some of you are trapped because you are allowing people who do not have an idea of what life really is to be sitting down, be giving you. You think as I am like this, my father can call me and give me advice. I will listen to him politely, but when he's done, if the advice not work with me, I go tell him and I go correct them. Then and they say, hey, this thing we talk with, no, they work like that these days. They don't even bother. They don't even bother. Same thing with my mom. One thing my mom go ginger, call me, give me advice. Stop finish. I go put them, say, hey, that's your life. It worked for you, it does not work for me. This is what works for me. I've heard what you said. I will try to see if I can implement it, but if I cannot implement it, then 1 week later I say, okay, that thing you said, I tried it, it worked. Or 1 week later, please don't give me this kind of advice again, it does not work. I've seen the end, and this is how it's going to end. Some of you can never be leaders in your households. You can never be leaders in your marriages. You can never be leaders in your place of work because those who are feeding your brain do not have an idea of the power that's in you. In as much as I blame Michael Jackson's father for how he raised him, in as much as I blame Matthew Knowles for what he did to Beyonce, in as much as sometimes I wonder why Lewis Hamilton's, but one thing with them is they understood their children's potential. This trip, Lewis Hamilton's father quit his job to watch Lewis Hamilton race. Serena Williams and Venus Williams' father didn't have a job. Matthew Knowles sold his car, everything he had to put in Beyonce. Michael Jackson's father had no job. Oh yes, he was exploiting the children, but he understood their potential. And he pushed them till they became, I was watching one, was it Wimbledon games? 1 year, Venus played against Serena, 2 sisters. They were the highest in their class. Your parents, my father, you trust my destiny to the hands of my father? I'll be a bricklayer now, an arm robber, or a Yahoo boy. The gift I have is that I did not let my father mold my destiny. Very quickly from young age, I don't know, see this one, don't know where they go. Where they go, you don't know. And I very quickly caught myself and say, no way. And some of you need to do that in your old age. My mother did not understand my destiny. I was a weird one. But when my mother saw that she tried to push me to what she wanted, it didn't work, push me what after a while she sat down and said, dude, what do you want? Now I say, okay, finally you have woken up. Okay, this is what I want. I cannot work. Try me. My mother believed in me when I was working on the radio and earning 1,500 naira a month. The money was not enough for my transport. My mother would give me extra transport. After a while, she would fight me and say, this thing is not working. I say, leave it. That's what I want. If you want me to be happy, believe in me. I remember my mom going to my girlfriend then and telling her to tell me to quit my radio and focus on my school. Now I go meet my mama and say, listen, it's like you are not understanding. It's like language is a problem for you. This radio is my future. This book, I'm reading it for you. I'm not reading the book for myself. I am reading it for you. I don't need it. What I really need is this radio that I'm focusing on. That is my future. You've got to understand this with me. Now I ginger my mama and I say, okay, calm down. Okay, I get it. I'm 48 years old. I've never used my degree to work before. There's no job I've done. I've started work since I was 19 years old. I'm 48 this year, so I would have been working for nearly 30 years. I've never used my degree. I was working in Cool FM for 10 years when they hired one HR and said everybody should submit their degrees. Now I tell them, say, when you employed me 10 years ago, you not ask me for degrees. Now I say, I don't know where the degree is. Please, if you want to sack me, that time I was getting an offer from another radio station. I said, please, if it is because of degree you want to sack me, please quickly sack me because my conscience. They mentioned it like twice. But when I did not answer them, I don't know if other people answered them. They left me alone. Go to Cool FM HR. They don't have any records of my education. And I worked there for 21 years. BCS, I did not even have degree then. And I worked there for 5 years. Is it Instagram and YouTube that they want to know? Baba, create the content. Is the content selling? YouTube will give open for you. I saw it from when I was a kid. I told my mom, I said, Mommy, I don't need this book. I'm glad I read it. What I studied in sociology has helped me with the Free Nation. It helped, but that I used it to work is a lie. My mother couldn't get it, but she loved me and she trusted me and she believed in me and said, okay, I don't get this thing you are doing. It makes no sense to me, but it seems to make sense to you, so I'm going to support you. And my mother believed in me. You need to surround yourself with people who understand your dream and believe in it, not those that will help you shorten it. I know what it feels like. When I counted money and bought my first brand new car, I went to show my mother. My mother's boss in the office then was driving that same car into just buy them. So as they be celebrating when I just pull up in my own, the guy was so embarrassed. I don't think he used that car for up to a year before he changed it. Because the car where he gathered people to celebrate, I pulled up in the same car, my 2009 Camry. I pulled up in the same car, brand new. I did like this with the steering. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to right now. But my question is, do you know where you're going? Write it down today. Where am I going? Do you understand what it takes? Do you understand what it takes to get to where you are going? If you do, write it down. If you don't, write it and say, how are you going to get there? Point number 3. Who are the people around me that understand where I'm going? This one is going to give me moral support. This one is going to give me money. This one is going to give me equipment. This one is going to give me promo. Surround yourselves with people who understand where you are going. Even those that don't understand, let them be willing to support you with whatever they have. And then you will see your growth will be unbelievable. I say this all the time. The best luck I had in my life was that my mother was Oyinbo. I swear to you, if my mother was Nigerian, the best luck. Because my mother is Oyinbo, you get where you go ginger. Oyinbo, people they ginger their parents. Oh. The way they keep for my mama when I did small. My parents, one day my friend follow me, come out, see me tear for my mama one day. He say, Baba, say if you tear for my mama like this, say they go buy her. My mama na Oyinbo. You get where my don't talk reach. I the chance am say no. But my mother was always willing to work with me. She was always willing to, okay. She go cost me, oh. But when she cost me finish, she said that this thing is not going to work. Okay, sit down. What are we doing now? I'll tell her this how I'm going. Say, but that cannot work. That's what I'm doing, whether you like it or not. Are you following me or not? Mama will look left, will look right. Say, if I don't follow this boy, nobody will follow him and he go lost. My mama say, okay, I'm following you. That's all I needed. Meanwhile, I'll go home. What will my father say? You are a failure. My father used to wake me up in the morning before and say, you are a failure. He wake me up. I don't blame him, but that's how the Nigerian mentality is. And I grew up with that. My mother has never looked at me and said I was a failure, even when I was failing. Even when I was failing, my mother never said I was a failure. Simply if it was at an event with my mom said the worry I worried her when I worry my mama. I worry my mama. My mother never, as in, even when my mother is encouraging me that, look, you are doing well, and I'm looking at myself, I'm failing. I'm like, it's like this woman's head is not correct. Me that I'm inside the thing, I know I fail. My mother said, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like, she don't give me that last minute ginger. I remember when, BCS was Oyo State Government, what is it called? Enterprise. One day, they now picked their favorites and dropped me and I think another person. They said we will no longer be staff. Instead, we will be freelance artists. Now I cry, go meet my mama. So I don't know what I do there for BCS. So they said they won't promote me from staff. No, I was a freelance artist. They wanted to promote me to artist or something. They just wanted to demote me. Now I cry, go meet my mama. Now Mama follow me go BCS. Begin to look for who she know. Eventually, my mother solved the problem. They put me back on the roster. My mama. She didn't understand what it was, but she knew it mattered to me. I came home, I was down. Mama said, no, we're going to try to fix this. So if you don't have a mother like that in your life, for you it might be your father. I remember one girl, a friend of mine, she was studying medicine in Ukraine then, way before the war, like 10 years before the war. Her father was an accountant. Now she and her papa studied the medicine together. The papa did Nigeria. They sent homework. Come meet the papa. The papa will gather her friends, maybe doctors. They go help and look him, give him advice. The father was on the phone with her every day till she finished that medical degree in Ukraine. For some of you, it is your father that understands where you are going. You know what it is? The girl wanted to quit the medicine, say, Daddy, I cannot do it again. Daddy said, we are doing it together. We are doing it. Some of you, it is your mother that is pulling you down. It's your father that is helping you. Some of you have two problematic parents. Some of you have two wonderful parents. Your situation is peculiar only to you. Don't use my formula. And your mother will come tomorrow and tell you your problem is spiritual. Come and pray for it. You brought home two men. Let me give you a story. Let me give you a story. My younger sister in the UK went to she was trying to refinance her loan and get a loan to buy a second house. So she went to the office with one of my aunties in the UK who, is very Christian and all this. So they went to see the first accountant, the first refinance. She gave my sister a very horrible deal. Then they went to another firm, I don't know what they call it in the UK. And there was this guy, those black earrings where they put inside ear, where they expand ear, where the ear go wide like this. The guy had two earrings like that, tattoo all over his face, had earring in both nostrils. As soon as they went there, my auntie said, I don't like this guy. This guy is piercing. Thank you for correcting me. This guy looks demonic. So my sister was a bit reluctant. The deal this guy gave my sister, as in, is like double the deal the fine girl gave her with half of the liability. My sister called me and said, Papa, see, I see something. See, they see one guy, and she almost discouraged of using the guy because the guy get earring, get tattoo. They say the guy look like devil. Meanwhile, the guy pointed out errors in her former contract, helped her rearrange her papers, and got her a bed deal for nothing, and he continued his work. Sometimes that's the biggest problem your parents have. The person that's supposed to help you, your parents have judged the person. They have called the person devil, demon. Your parents have casted and bound the people that are supposed to be your saviors in this life. Your parents have gone to church and they have seen vision that the person that's supposed to help you is actually the devil. That is why your problems are spiritual, because they have spiritualized what you are supposed to use your sense and solve. I'm telling you, this thing happened less than 2 months ago. My sister called me, she was overjoyed that she could not believe it. That there were errors in her former contract that this guy helped her even rectify. So she told the guy that when my mother is coming, or any other member of my family needs any help, that it is you that is going to do it for them. Do you know how many of you have judged? Abroad, they don't judge. You say, dress how you want to be addressed. Abroad, it does not work. Abroad, you see a person wear t-shirts and short knicker and climb on the pulpit and preach the word of God. And everybody will say amen. Nigerian pastor, if you never wear white, if you never wear suits, in Nigeria, you judge based on appearance, and the Bible says it's one of the. I said I was not going to read any Bible today, but I'm going to read this. I'm trying to get my Bible. 1 Samuel chapter 16. Verse 6. When they arrived, Samuel saw Eliab and thought, surely the Lord's anointed stands here before the Lord. But God said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at his heart. The Lord looks at his heart. Your parents look too much at outside appearance. I have dated a girl who will wear short mini tank top but was faithful. And I've dated a girl that used to cover herself from head to toe, that was dating me and 5 others, including one of her father's friends. Thank you so much, CJ Okonkwo. You judge too much appearance, and that's one of the problems your parents have. Appearance, no matter. Some devils disguise themselves like they are good, and your parents fall for it. Also, has my mom ever cautioned me from speaking on Nigeria? I don't think so. My mother knows. You see, one thing with my mother is my mother understands that my mother always says it. She said it that day simply because was there. She said the day I was born, while they were sitting in the hospital, that a white horse came to deliver white linen. My mother said, that this child is a special child. So when everybody else was seeing that I was not okay, my mother was saying, this boy is special. Inside the fight, when she fight with me, she could still remember saying, this pikin dey special. My mother believes in, now maybe now for old age now we don't begin fight. When I was a kid, me and my mother were inseparable. I was with anybody that went to you, I was with my mother the whole day. People, they run from their parents. Me, I dey carry my wallet, I go meet my mama daily. As in daily. Now NYSC and I saved my mama from me. And it was NYSC because I had to do Akwa Ibom orientation, and the work was in Kulefem. Now wetin deliver me, my mama from me. Now me be the angel wey dey press my mama for night.
This listens for only you. Daily wahala, just meet your mother.
Daily wahala. Every day I dey go meet my mama. After they give me allowance, I go chop for my mama. So they don't give me food money, and they still go meet my mama, go chop. Then I will follow my mother home. I used to live. I used to have my own house. That's why people knew me as Oyinbo Bodija. My parents never lived in Bodija. Now me, I stayed one BQ for Paul Hendricks for Bodija. I had a key to my mother's office. I used to go there to read every night. So the conversations that we're having today, who are you allowing to talk into your destiny? This is not spirituality. This is mentality. Mind. The mind is powerful. When somebody looks at you and says you are not going to make it, they have planted a seed into your head. They've planted a seed into your head. You need to surround yourselves with people. You see, there are too many. I love my parents, I love my dad, but there are some decisions I will not allow my dad to be privy to because he does not understand it. There are decisions I will not allow my mother to be privy to because she does not understand it. It's not fight. You can't get it. You will get it in 3 years. But now it is beyond you. All my uncles from my father's side, they were like my father. They were just wondering what I was doing. One of my uncles called me to his house one day and said, my father has hospitals. That is because I'm not serious, that all these things are for me. I said, brother, no vex. I look to you like doctor. Wait till I won't use hospital do. Shey na for my old age where I don't nearly struggle finish this sociology where I dey read get 2 inside. Now I wan begin 6 years of medicine so I can inherit my father's hospital. I say no. I don't need anything where my papa gets. There's nothing my father has that is entering my eye. There's nothing that I told my mom, I said, there's nothing. Now, I don't need hospital for anything. Which I won't use hospital to do? That's why I say I'll be doctor. I said, no. So where I'm going, when I know they see him, but me, I see him. Even though for me it was a very weak Chinda, thank you so much. Even though it was a very weak glimmer, but I still a feeble picture. I still saw it. And this is when I'm telling you, once again, your problems are not spiritual. Your problems are physical. Who are you surrounding yourselves with? Who are you allowing to feed your mind? Your mind is so, if you know how powerful your mind was, oh my goodness, you will feed your mind meat every day. Look at somebody beside you and tell them, get meat for your mind. Some of you are feeding your mind superstition. You are feeding your mind trash. Get meat for your mind. Feed your mind every day. Feed your mind every day. Amarachi came home one day and gave me advice. Said, Daddy, buy Solana. I just looked at the girl. I said, this girl where I teach crypto. Make me I buy Solana. Solana come. She now was pressuring me. She said, but I now bought $50 worth of Solana. The worst mistake I've made in my life. My $50 turned to $250 in a space of 4 months. Imagine I had bought $5,000, even $2,500. I will have turned $5,000 to $25,000. My little child. Who are the people that are talking to you? Who are the people? You need people who can see your vision. Because if you don't, now when you have people who speak into your mind, you are feeding your mind daily, you are reading, you're studying, you're exploring, you're having conversations with wealthy people. When I go and spend 3 million naira for 1 week in Movenpick, some people think, oh, that the fees are very stupid, you're wasting money. No. I'm sitting to dinner with billionaires. I'm exposing my mind to ideas. I am creating a possibility for my mind. I took my son to Movenpick. When we go to Movenpick, where do I stay? In a what? In a suite. For how long? For 1 week and 1 week and 5 days. No, it's not up to that.
No, I said 1 week or 4 to 5.
1 week or 4 to 5 days. And I stay in that suite. I take him along. Somebody was telling me the other day that I should be careful the kind of life I introduce my children to. That salary, civil service salary, is 80,000 naira a month. As if I raise a child that wants to earn civil, I failed. That your dream is to earn 80,000 naira a month. Follow me around, follow me to Movenpick, to Eco Hotel. You like to eat out at all those restaurants I take you, don't you? You go to a restaurant and you have one meal and the bill is 150K. Why am I showing you that? So you know that 80K will not solve your problem. So if you are earning 80K a month, now punish, you just won't punish yourself. Feed your mind. Feed your mind. I remember going to Costaris to price BMW at a time in my life where I could not afford the Tokumbo BMW. But I'll still go there, ask questions. This boss used to look at me like I was mad. but I'm feeding my mind. And I don't want you to be materialistic. That's not the essence of today. The essence of today is what is entering your head. What are the possibilities your mind is seeing? When you surround yourselves with people that do not understand possibility, they will always look at you and think you're overdoing. My father looked at me one day and said, no, it wasn't my father, it was one of my uncles. He said, with the way they do, say Yoruba, Oloju kokoro. No. Olokanjua wa jale. He said, I could thief. Please, since my mama born me, I never thief before. Anybody think don't ever miss? Meanwhile, that my same family member is deep in penury. So let me end now. Sometimes you need to be able to accommodate. Go to Banana Island and Price House. Now human being, they live there. Not be spirit. And you'll be amazed that there are people who are working legit work, who can afford these things without stealing government money. But because your parents couldn't, they look at everybody who is successful as a thief. Oh yes, a huge chunk of those people who are successful today are thieves and build their wealth off proceeds of wickedness. Made other people cry. They made other people cry so that they can enjoy. But there's also a healthy percentage, a good 40% of those who never stole anything from anyone. Instead, they had the right mindset and they worked and took good decisions. When you have finished solving your problems physically, you hand over the rest to God. Don't worry about the rest. This is where God comes in. You have done your bid. You have done your bit. It is now time to let God. The problem with you is you are waiting for God to start. You need to start. Your problems are not physical. Your problems are not spiritual. 1% of your problem is spiritual. Your problems are physical. Get up and start to fix them. Get up and start to fix them individually. Get up and start to fix them in your family. Get up and start to fix them in your nation. Get up. Prayer is not in the success equation. It is in the revelation and direction equation, never in the success equation. God will give you revelation and God will give you direction. The end. You've got to fix the rest yourself. Some of you, God has given you the revelation of what's the problem in your family. Your husband is not happy because you don't have time for him. Instead of you to do those, time is physical, create the time. You are going to pray about time. Or then you are dense. Marriage will never, it can never work. Get up and start. I'm speaking into your head. Get up and start. Get up. Brace yourself and start. If you run into problems along the way, stop for 5 minutes and pray to God. He's in your heart. He's around you. You don't need to start kabashing. Stop that kabash. It's nonsense. That's not speaking into us. Foolishness of that people have conjured. Stop it. Walk with God so that you are not just talking, you are listening, you are hearing. That's the depth of spirituality. Not when baby all day you're talking. God bless you all.
Bye. Bye. Bye.